watching ERi-TV English News Broadcast live from our headquarters in Asmara. I'm Hamid Brahat. Let's first get top stories and making headlines today. Financial contribution to Ahmed Martyrs Trust Fund. Meeting on implementation of development programs. Nearly 1 in 4 of world's population at risk from severe flooding. Japan's June flames out with record heat, but power crunch averted. At commemorative events organized in various cities of the U.S. in connection with 20 June Martyrs Day, nationals contributed $110,592 towards augmenting the Martyrs Trust Fund. Accordingly, nationals in Las Vegas contributed $36,230, nationals in Minneapolis, Minnesota, $21,556. Similarly, nationals in Boston contributed $25,348, nationals in New York, $13,563, nationals in Rochester, $2,255, nationals in Buffalo, $3,140, nationals in Philadelphia, $6,500, and nationals in Harrisburg, $2,000. Ambassador Mahmoud Ali Houri held meeting with representatives of the public, government, employees, and PFDJ, as well as national associations from certain administrative areas in Loga and Sabah subzone, focusing on the implementation of set-out development programs. At the meeting, Ambassador Mahmoud gave briefing on the objective situation in the region and called for reinforced participation for the success of the development drives. Ambassador Mahmoud also called on the village coordinators and concerned government institutions to provide timely administrative service, support disadvantaged families, and strengthen participation in the national affairs. Mr. Abraham Hagos, administrator of the Loga and Sabah subzone, on his part indicating that understanding the objective situation has significant contribution in the successful implementation of development programs, called for reinforced participation of the public. The participants on their part expressed readiness to play their part in the implementation of development programs. Ambassador Mohammed also visited the potable water project in Dabri vegetables farming in Adina Amin, as well as the progress of the construction of the dam in Midumar, and held discussion with the coordinators of the projects. The Ministry of Health branch in the Central Region reported that as a result of sustainable follow-up and treatment, over 90% of TB patients have been cured from the disease. Sister Natanet Gabriel Johannes, coordinator of TB control program at the branch office, said that the patients cured from the disease are those that strictly followed the instructions from health practitioners and took their prescribed medicine regularly. Sister Natanet went on to say that as part of the effort to eradicate the disease from the country, DOTS system has been introduced in all subzones of the country, and that has contributed in the significant reduction of the disease. Sister Natanet also said that the ministry branch has provided basic training to 69 village health representatives in the subzone of Galanefhi, Saraja, and Berikh, and others are playing a significant role in the effort to control the disease. Sister Natanet also called on the public to visit nearby health facilities in case of feeling the symptom of the disease. According to documents from the Ministry of Health, TB diagnosis is conducted in 29 health stations, 6 health centers, 2 community hospitals, as well as in 1 referral hospital in the Central Region. We have an announcement from the Ministry of Health. 3 patients have been diagnosed positive for COVID-19, and tests is carried out today in the Central Region. On the other hand, 4 patients who have been receiving medical treatment in a hospital in the Central Region have recovered fully and have been discharged from the facility. The total number of recovered patients accordingly increased to 9,683, while the number of deaths stands at 103. The total number of confirmed cases captured to date has increased to 9,799. Ministry of Health, Asmara, 30 June 2022. We will be back with international news. Stay tuned. almost a quarter of the world's population are exposed to significant flood risks, according to new research published on Tuesday. The new study published in the journal Nature Communications looked at global data on flood risks from the sea, rivers, and rainfall, as well as population distribution and poverty estimate from the World Bank. Overall, nearly 90% of those exposed to live in lower or middle-income countries, according to the study. It also concluded the number of people living in poverty and under severe flood risk. Researchers have found some $9.8 trillion of economic activity globally. Around 12% of the global gross domestic product in 2020 is located in areas exposed to severe flooding. But they said concentrating simply on a monetary value could cause a bias of attention towards higher income countries and economic hubs. Japan's electricity grid crackled on Thursday under the strain of Tokyo's hottest June since records began. But a power crunch that could have been deprived tens of millions of electricity was narrowly averted, and authorities prepared to lift warnings. Authorities said they would lift a warning of short power supplies that had been in effect for 4 straight days. The industry ministry had issued a power shortage warning for a fourth day in areas around the city, urging households and businesses to save electricity without stinting on air conditioning, where they doing so would endanger health. Some 105 people were taken to hospital with heat stroke on Thursday, the Tokyo Fire Department said. A man in his 50s died and a woman in her 50s was in critical condition. Temperatures this month have been the highest since record-keeping began in 1875. Before we close for today's news, let's have a recap of the headlines tonight. Financial contribution to Augment Martyrs Trust Fund. Meeting on implementation of development programs. Nearly 1/4 of world's population at risk from severe flooding. Japan's June flames out with record heat, but power crunch averted. That was all for today's news. Thanks for watching. Have a great night.